Hello, we are the Movie Marathon Men. I'm Owen Garner.
And I'm Luke Carr.
And we watch movies that make us go, So today we're not in the studio, we're actually out and about. We've been allowed outside for once. So Luke, what are we doing today?
Burning.
We absolutely
Having an allergic
are.
reaction to the sun.
It's because we actually don't go outside very often.
I didn't realise people were in 3D.
And, not all just Hollywood superstars.
No.
There are so many normal people out there. It's
So ugly.
awful. It's horrible. No, we've come to the cinema, haven't we? And we're going to be seeing the 25th anniversary release of The Phantom Menace.
It's not new.
It's not new. It's not new. We're so far behind on this news story. So today we're going to be asking if you should come and see this at the cinema. So Luke,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some questions. How are you feeling emotionally in preparation for the experience that we're about to have?
Nervous
Yeah.
on behalf of the rest of the audience because I know what I'm going into.
Yeah.
I'm nervous for the 5-year-old children that are expecting a fun film.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for the 30-year-old sad men who've come by themselves or with another sad, nearly 30-year-old man. Because this is the highlight of our year.
It really, really is. What are you excited for going into this film? One thing that I am excited for is that there apparently, and I don't know if it will be true with this screening, but apparently there is a sneak peek, a little preview of the Acolyte, the upcoming series. And it's important to say that that is one of the reasons that the film, I think it was Meet Joe Black, did really, really well that year, but hasn't since been remembered. It's a film with Brad Pitt, and I think he eats some peanut butter. We'll put that in now. But loads of people went to see it because it had the trailer for The Phantom Menace, which at the time people thought looked incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, the lies you've told me.
They had a reason to go.
They really did.
We know what this is and we're going again.
I really, really hope that there is that Acolyte sneak peek, because I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
But look, we're going to go in, we're going to watch the film, and we'll come out and there'll be a few more questions after we've seen it. So until then, goodbye. Cool. So here we are, back in the safety of the studio. We're safe from all the people. It was quite a fragrant cinema, wasn't it?
I have very rarely been the less stinky of a person in a room. That was one of them.
A good number of people there, which we sort of weren't expecting.
It was a good number of people, not a number of good people.
It was a hive of scum and villainy. It really, really was. But good, because it wasn't like a single day event.
No.
So nice to see people out at the cinema.
Yeah.
But for this film, maybe not. Well, let's. I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So, have your feelings towards this film changed now, having seen it in the cinema on the big screen?
You know what's strange? I think they have.
Yeah.
They kind of have. There's something being sat in a dark room.
Yeah.
With the only thing that you can look at being this film.
Yeah.
That makes you sort of have to watch it. Typically, I kind of either close my eyes or pretend that I've closed my eyes for large portions of it.
Yeah.
And little bursts of memeable lines just spark life back into me. And then it quickly fades.
Yeah, I mean, I was really, really tired going into this, and there were bits where I was like slightly struggling to stay awake, but that wasn't because of the film, it was because of me personally. But then at the end, when the action started, I then didn't struggle.
Did you not?
No, because it sort of clipped along quickly enough.
I will say, actually, this is the one time where the last action bit I found less captivating than, and this is going to sound insane, the politics going on in the middle bit. It's the first time I've ever actually focused on the politics since I was 8.
Yeah.
But at that point I didn't understand what was going on. Then I went away and had everyone explain to me the plot of the film 100 times. And then watching it this time, because I knew what was happening, I found it not captivating, but not actively off-putting.
Yeah. I was impressed. I thought it looked a lot better than I was expecting. In big parts, it looked really good. So then the bits where it's let down is almost a bit of a shame. I mean, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, or the Gungan in the room, Jar Jar. It's weird because, you see behind the scenes shots of Ahmad Best there, and there is a suit, there is like a practical suit. And I just wonder why they didn't just do the head as animated, because they make his arms not look real.
Because you see
but they were real, they were there.
The actors are operating around this CGI thing. It's like the Jabba the Hutt scene from episode 4.
Yeah.
With the digitally.
Yeah, they've put back in. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's that has not aged well.
No.
Some of the accents given to the aliens have not aged well.
No.
Because you normally talk over the top of them.
Yeah.
I was forced to listen to them this time in full.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes I actually didn't remember being in this film because I'd never paid attention to them.
No.
But they cut for like 30 seconds just for what seems like Trade Federation nonsense, and then cut back to stuff I remember.
Yeah.
I thought this might have been an extended edition.
No.
After like 10 minutes, and then realised I just hadn't paid any extended attention to it.
Yeah. But there were bits that we did enjoy.
Yeah.
Seeing that special look at the Acolyte, that was great.
That was
so it was in there because I was slightly worried. I thought, like, is this not going to be in? But it was. So that was fun to see.
It was.
They did front light the trailer, so you couldn't actually see it fully. It did look absolutely great.
It's like when you're driving along on the road nowadays, and the cars from 2022 onwards or so have the bright LED lights.
Yeah.
It's like if that was in your face, you were trying to look at the passengers in the car, except the passengers in the car were the cast of the Acolyte.
Yeah, but it does. It looks great. It's exciting.
It is, yeah.
Almost worth going to see this just to see that.
Yes.
I think. And it's funny because it did like Star Wars has a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Because you had to stick around to the end to watch it.
Yeah. I'd never stuck around to the end of this film to realise that it ends with Darth Vader breath.
Oh, see, I knew that. That was a bit of trivia that I knew because it's kind of like in Endgame, you know, where it ends with the clanging of Iron Man making the suit. Yeah. It's when people are making things where they're like trying to say how great the Phantom Menace is. That's one of the things. They're always like doing all of these reaches. They're like, oh yeah, and this bit, and it's like, when it ends on Darth Vader, it's like, who has stayed around to? But yeah, should this be? This is a two-part question. What was your first Star Wars film that you saw in cinemas, and should this be your first film to see in cinemas?
The first film ever?
Just the first film ever. No, your first Star Wars film to see in cinemas.
I'll answer the first question. And second.
And I want to hear the anecdote of what you did.
Yeah. Okay, well, so I watched Revenge of the Sith, because it's 2007 and I was 9. Mm-hmm. I may have seen the previous ones, but I wasn't a full person then. Yeah. Much like Jake Lloyd. This film. And there was no one in the cinema, apart from me and my dad, I believe, for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just got up, ran to the front, and play acted the whole film as it was happening. Lightsaber fights and sound effects.
Yeah.
But obviously I didn't know what was going on.
No, because this is the first time that you'd seen it.
And I wasn't seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I was acting...
like the Chris Kamara thing, where they cut to it and they're like, there's been a goal. Has there?
He's died with it. Shouting like that.
Has he?
No, it's just... So, my dad probably got one of the best renditions of the film.
Yeah, probably did. So I don't remember seeing any of the prequels in the cinemas. I think my first Star Wars film at the cinema was The Force Awakens. In 2015. So obviously love Star Wars and I'd watched it a bunch growing up, but I think that was my first Star Wars experience at the cinema. So it was really exciting. We went to the midnight screening.
Got stopped by the police on the way home.
On the way back,
there'd been a sort of burglary.
Yeah, there'd been a burglary in the area and they pulled over this car of like 5 or 6 people and they thought, God, these guys come in at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, who are they? Rolled down the window. Yeah, you look like Star Wars nerds.
I never wanted to be arrested
for the clout, but they just looked at us and knew. These
so where have you been? The midnight. Star Wars.
It was. These are not the boys you're looking for. It really, really was. So for me, that was my first experience.
But should this have been your first experience? Do you think?
So if we're saying to people watching now, should they go and see The Phantom Menace in its 25th anniversary release? They've got about half a week left.
Yeah. What I will say is this is the best way to watch it because it's such a dry film.
Yeah.
You have to focus on it to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
In a cinema of smelly people, but smelly people who laugh at the funny bits. Yeah. The film takes itself super seriously. They laugh at it, which makes it a little bit easier to watch because you it's not supposed to be bad. Yeah. But the joy isn't how bad it is.
But they also seemingly have that duality because they're able to to laugh at the memes, but then just also, like, kind of in a way, genuinely enjoy it.
The guy fist pumping.
Yeah, next to me. Wow, yeah, nearly took me out at one point. He was enjoying it so much. But that's lovely to see.
Yeah.
You know, so the other option of what your first Star Wars film in cinemas would be The Mandalorian and Grogu when that comes out in about 2026.
And that should not be your first film.
You don't think?
Well, I've not seen it yet, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No lightsabers.
No lightsabers. Well, there might be. Yeah. Luke
It's guaranteed lightsabers in this
guaranteed lightsabers in this one. Yeah. I mean, just the thought there is that The Mandalorian and Grogu is probably going to be, at the very least, a decent movie.
Yes.
Whereas this it doesn't really sort of hit the mark of what a film has to be to actually
You're right.
be a piece of film
It absolutely
media.
misses the minimum criteria. Like if film had like a height restriction for like a roller coaster.
The Phantom Menace isn't getting on.
No.
Yeah. Ironically, the film is just sort of a roller coaster. Like it's an attraction rather than an actual film.
It's like a rickety roller coaster in Blackpool Pleasure Beach Stones.
Yeah, it's a tired old donkey.
I think this probably shouldn't be your first Star Wars film in the cinema. But if you have not seen a Star Wars film, this is the only way you might ever enjoy The Phantom Menace. Because if you watch the originals and go, right, I'll check it on Disney+. If it's in your own home, I guarantee you are going to check your phone 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It does its best to lose your attention.
Yeah.
It does opening credits, immediately boring. Like the seventh word in the credits is taxation. And then it cuts down, like, right, it's the Jedi. What are they going to do? And they just kind of monotonely go, ask them again to let us in. And then they just kind of walk around and pose. You get some racist caricatures.
I thought the film looks really, really Star Wars for the opening bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think fans, when it came out in 1999, they must have sat down and thought, oh, good, it looks like Star Wars. And then it diverts a bit here and there.
Yes.
So, final question, and I think from what you've said, we sort of know the answer. Do you think that people should go and see Star Wars The Phantom Menace Episode 1, the 25th anniversary screening?
Well, this is it. I think look into your heart and you'll know if you are the person who would enjoy this film.
Yeah.
I can't recommend it to everyone.
No.
And I won't. I will not go on record as recommending this to everyone.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should know themselves well enough.
Yeah.
Look at this poster. If any part of you goes, probably not.
Then you already know.
Yeah.
Look within and you know the answer.
You're not going to get more than you hope for.
No. I think I agree with that. If you're a super Star Wars fan, like the two of us are, I mean, we went to see Return of the Jedi, and that was recently in cinemas. We had a great time.
Yeah.
And of the original trilogy, that's sort of widely the least liked.
Yeah.
The Ewoks, very divisive. But we had a great time, absolutely loved it, and seeing it in the cinema is great. Yeah. And as we said, this film, surprisingly, it looked really good.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm going to lean more on the side of, go see it.
Yeah.
But then I will agree with your caveat of, but only if you want to.
Yeah. I don't want any comments about the 2.5 hours people have spent expecting a high-octane, fun sci-fi adventure.
It's like, hey guys, you've lost all of your credibility because you told us to see this.
Yeah.
God. Well, there we are. That's our thoughts. I have had fun.
I had fun.
Yeah. So, what more can you want from a cinema experience? Quite a lot more, most of the time.
I demand quite a bit more.
But there it is. There's our thoughts on Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. Should you go and see it? Well, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us tremendously here. And until next time, goodbye.